Second Star fans. My name is Stephanie Hastings, and I've worked with the Second Star actors and actresses on a couple of backstage things, and we're going to be getting ready to bring to you our next video series on YouTube, and we're going to be focusing on something that I think is perfect for fall, Into the Woods. So what I'm going to be doing is briefly going over what some of the characters are, but I thought we could play a little game where if I give you some clues, you can try to guess who the character might be. All right, let's get started. So the main two characters, in my opinion, of Into the Woods are the baker and the baker's wife. So they're not really based on fairy tale characters like some of the other characters in Into the Woods, but they are probably two of the more important characters in the story. Okay, here we go. So the next character that I'm going to be sharing with you is a girl who is not very old. She has a task of going into the woods for a very special errand where in the fairy tale setting, she would be visiting somebody in her family to deliver something. And she also has a very distinct piece of wardrobe that is in her namesake that might give you a clue of who she is while she is running her errand. Can you guess who she is? Well, if you said Little Red Riding Hood, you would be correct. Little Red is one of the characters in Into the Woods. All right, so our next character guessing game. This character is typically the villain in many, many, many fairy tales. Now, they have different names in fairy tales like Maleficent or the Evil Queen or the Wicked Stepmother, things like that. But in this story, it's pretty much all encompassing of putting all of those characters together that are the villain. What do they have in common? Well, if you said they're a witch or like a witch, you would be correct because the witch is, again, one of the main characters in Into the Woods. Okay, next. We have a wonderful character who grew up with a father who loved her very much. And unfortunately, her father passed away. And in the fairy tale settings, she has to live with some people who are not blood relatives of hers, but they don't treat her very well. And she really wants to go to the ball. She also has a fairy godmother. Have you figured out who she is yet? Well, if you said Cinderella, you are correct. Our next character that I'm going to introduce you to is a young boy. His mother has given him a task to go to the market and purchase something, but he's a little peculiar and kind of has his own idea, so he decides he's going to get something else instead. And when it grows, it becomes huge, and he gets to go on an adventure. Can you guess who it is? Well, if you said Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk, you would be correct. Jack is our next character in Into the Woods. All right, so speaking of Jack, our next character is huge, very huge. They live in a land pretty much above our heads up in the sky. And everything that is there, because they are huge, is huge as well. Can you guess who that is? Well, if you said the giant, you would be correct. The giant is another character in Into the Woods. Speaking of the giant and Jack, who do you think the person might be that is a little disappointed in Jack's choices? Maybe thinking, perhaps you didn't really follow my directions. If you said Jack's mom or mother, you would be correct. She is a character in Into the Woods as well. We also have a character who I'm just going to flat out tell you, Milky White is a cow. And it is the cow that Jack ends up bringing back from the market. But Milky White, the cow, is a very important character in Into the Woods. So I want to be sure that I mention Milky White. We have many other characters as well. We have Cinderella's stepmother. We have a narrator. We have a mysterious man. But there's three more characters we're going to play a guessing game with. All right, so here's the first one. He's big and he's bad, and in many things he may try to huff and puff and blow your house down. Can you guess who that character might be? Well, if you said the wolf, you would be correct. It seems like tons of stories have this wolf character in them, and Into the Woods is no exception. The next character has beautiful, long, luxurious hair. Many people say that it's golden, but she lives in a very tall tower, and the only way that anyone can get to it is if she takes her long hair and throws it out the window when someone climbs up it. Can you guess who that is? Well, if you said Rapunzel, you would be correct. And what fairy tale isn't complete without our hero who wants to save the day? Any ideas who that might be? Well, if you said the prince, again, you would be correct. So these are just some of our characters in Into the Woods. We have other characters as well. We have a steward. We have a mysterious man. So there are, again, other characters than the ones that we've listed, but hopefully with some of those clues that I gave you, you were able to guess who some of those characters might be. Personally, I love Cinderella the best. She has my favorite song. But what character is your favorite? If you want to leave a comment down below, feel free to do so and let us know who you love from Into the Woods. Thanks so much for joining Second Star.